Hey everyone. This week saw the release of a remarkable document, a report that received significant press coverage by a group called the State of the Nation Project. What makes this report particularly interesting for us at Exploring Prosperity is how it aligns with and validates our mission. Each week in our Substack newsletter and on our YouTube channel, we either examine major challenges facing our society or spotlight individuals whose work steadily improves our world but doesn't make headlines. The report represents 2 years of rigorous bipartisan collaboration from leaders and scholars across 7 leading think tanks. What's particularly impressive is their transparent methodology and deliberate choice to focus solely on identifying and measuring problems. As they note, their goal was to create a progress report that focuses attention on the right issues rather than debate solutions that could distract from establishing these baseline facts. The report reached 4 critical conclusions. First, we're a nation of extremes, extreme successes and extreme failures. Just look at our world-leading economic output alongside our troubling mental health statistics. Second, while our national trends are improving in more areas than they are declining, we're losing ground internationally. We're declining in more areas compared to other countries than we are improving. This reflects the accelerating pace of progress worldwide. Third, our economy is poised for continued success with strong productivity and innovation metrics. This provides the foundation for addressing our challenges. And fourth, and this is particularly relevant to our work here, rising incomes are not translating into greater perceived well-being and social relations. This disconnect between material progress and satisfaction is central to what we explore at Exploring Prosperity. We take a complementary approach to this report by examining these issues. The report necessarily focused on quantifiable metrics, but our interviews and analysis dig deeper into both problems and solutions. For example, national debt and deficits, a major concern for Americans, especially those over 45, didn't meet the report's criteria for inclusion. Our expert interviews examine the specifics and explore how emerging technologies might address these seemingly intractable twin problems. On climate change, where the report was limited to measuring carbon emissions and air quality, we explore potential solutions from carbon markets to small modular reactors, innovations you'll likely be hearing much more about soon from the Trump administration. This show is being brought to you by our sponsor, Truflation. Professional investors and economists, and probably any casual observers, know that government inflation statistics are only an approximation of what real inflation is. Not only that, but the government has a conflict of interest because high inflation can be so damaging to the economy, the deficit, and our $34 trillion in debt. Truflation collects over 13 million pricing data points. Most are updated daily to reveal inflation with precision for asset managers, governments, companies, and the general public. Check them out at truflation.com. Our interviews bring these issues to life. As economic historian Jared Rubin pointed out on our show, while Americans often envision prosperity in terms of private jets and billionaires, the real story is that only 8% of people worldwide are born into poverty today, down from 99% in 1800, only 225 years ago. He emphasized, as did guest Anthony Pompliano, that, quote, "There's never been a better time to have been born than today." Over the next week on our Substack, we'll be publishing 3 essays that establish the foundation of our mission. The first explores the paradox of increasing pessimism in an age of unprecedented technological progress. Why do most Americans believe the next generation will be worse off, even as we experience remarkable advances in technology, medicine, and global connectivity? We'll examine recent surveys showing this growing pessimism and contrast it with objective measures of progress. The second essay compares today's challenges with those of 1985, a pivotal year that marked the midpoint between World War I and our present day. We'll explore how Americans maintained relative optimism despite facing serious challenges like the Cold War, the AIDS crisis, and economic uncertainties. This comparison helps us understand why similar challenges yield such different outlooks today. The third essay examines overlooked sources of optimism and the powerful evidence of continued progress that often goes unrecognized. We'll highlight areas where American innovation continues to lead the world and explore why these achievements often get lost in our daily discourse about these national challenges. At Exploring Prosperity, we're committed to understanding not just where we are, but where we're headed and why, and whether today's pessimism is well-founded. Thank you for being part of this important conversation, and until next week, have a great week. If you like this video, please hit like, subscribe, and leave any comments you might have. You might also want to check out some of my other interviews. We try to dig into the problems that make Americans so pessimistic about the next generation, but we also interview people whose work doesn't get the headlines, but they make life better for society every day. Given humanity's steady progress over the last 275 years, it's likely that there's never been a better time to have been born than today. Join us for perspectives on today's challenges and opportunities.